guys, this is the local Lord Librarian and welcome back to another Frostpunk video. This time we're gonna continue the discussion about the GOG.com video and information related to the endurance mode. My take on it is that this is some additional things that I spotted in the release of the content that striked me a bit. The fact that the population maxes out at 700 does not mean that that is the maximum carrying capacity of the crater in which the cities are located in. The maximum carrying capacity of the craters is probably about either 750 or 800 people, and it can even go up to 1,000, but that's depending on how the individual lays out their city. The next thing that I was actually thinking of that I didn't hear them talk about, but would be cool if they actually did, is the ability to excavate the walls around the city to expand the city, and the ability to build another city. So having multiple cities within the Frostland area would be very interesting and very cool, because that adds another level of difficulty in managing an additional city and the additional people, and the controls and mechanics and all the other systems and elements necessary to give you notifications from both cities. This is actually possible because if you play the Winterhome scenario and the Arcs scenario, you'll notice that there's some form of trade network between the cities and a particular location. And since as that is possible, trade between cities is not impossible and can occur. The next thing that I actually was hoping is that the scouts could camp out in the Frostland or could visit areas that are not marked as points of interest. They could go off the path and set up camp somewhere and then excavate it. And then you could probably send an outpost team or something to build something there, or you could use that area excavated to start a new city or to build something like the Tesla City or a walled colony. Those areas could act as staging points for more incoming refugees, and you could use that almost similar to a polar outpost or a polar base to actually store people and keep them there, and then eventually use that outpost or that somehow semi-outpost to create a settlement on its own. Another thing that I wanted to see, or was really hoping to see, was the introduction of vehicles like the Land Dreadnought and the one vehicle we saw in the Winterhome scenario. Fun fact, or thing that probably people have not been taking into account, is that we've seen that vehicle in the Frostpunk scenarios many times. So that vehicle that we see is it without its coaches, but in general it was a commonly used transportation vehicle, probably as trade or resource carrying within the Frostland. And I'm saying we need more vehicles. The scouts could get some vehicles to speed up their transportation, and then there could be some difficulties in traversing the Frostland that way, and the need to create some form of ice road or something like that, things to make the game more dynamic and interesting. But I have to say that the creation or the notion that the storm has the ability to erase and then expose new points of interest coincides with natural climatic and weather conditions and makes the game very, very, very interesting. And I'm just hoping to see how far the 11-bit Studios team is going to take this. The GOG.com video was very interesting, and I gained a lot of insight from it, and I'm sure you guys did. And what I like the most about that video is the fact that the community was highlighted as being one of the best that they've ever experienced, and they also made mention that it is up to us to actually extend the life of Frostpunk. But all we have to do now is just push for more content and they will release it. I really appreciate the fact that they have taken the time out to give us free DLC and other content. It shows how much of an amazing and down to earth developer they are, and the fact that they actually listen to the community is better, because nowadays a lot of the developers, well, I wouldn't say a lot, a few of them are not really taking into account what the consumer is really interested in. What is it that my community or the gamers who play my video game like? How do I appeal to them? And so, in appealing to that particular audience, in taking your time out to listen to them, it gives you a even better result in terms of what the response would be like and how people view your content. It also attracts more people to your game. So what 11-bit Studios is doing is very right, and it's good. A lot of other developers could also take a page out of their book in terms of having content or having game expectations live up to those expectations, meeting them and then surpassing them. This also suggests that the Frostpunk game itself is one that has never actually been seen before. It's a totally new take on city building and RTS type of gameplay with the addition of a survival aspect to it. And I will continue to cover this game and see how far it goes. And thank you guys for watching, and I hope that I will be able to, make more videos like these, and we can meet up by the broken tree. So I'll see you guys in the next one. And yeah, this game is looking really good.